So when you take a survey of what the Bible teaches and what Jesus teaches about the Sabbath, there are certain things that emerge from studying the text. I want to point these out to you. First question is answering the question, what is the Sabbath for? Well, the Sabbath, literally the word Sabbath means to stop or to cease. And as I mentioned before, you are not designed to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. One of those days, you are to take off as a day of rest. It's interesting, even when I was in high school, my gymnastics coach would teach us the same principle. He would say, guys, you work out hard, 3 hours a day, 6 days a week, but on Sunday, when we don't have workouts, I don't want you doing any push-ups, I don't want you playing softball, I don't want you running in races. You rest your body because your muscles will bounce back and you'll be stronger next week after a day of rest. That principle is true of your body, it's true of your mind, it's true of your soul, that we're designed to be stronger after a day of rest. Now, in the agrarian society that the Bible was written in, and during Jesus' time, and still for some people today, incomes were made by the bend of your back and the sweat of your brow. You worked the ground in order to be able to provide for your family. And so rest meant physical bodily rest, not moving around very much so that you could be restored to your person. And if you're working that kind of a job these days, that might be a smart thing to do. But you have to ask yourself the question, what if your job is more like a desk jockey kind of job? You know, like my job is a desk jockey job. How many of you guys have desk jockey jobs? Like exercise is not a part of your workplace. Yeah, that is what many people work like. So for you, rest might mean that you actually go and get exercise. For me, oftentimes it means working out, going on a bike ride, playing around a golf. I enjoy those things, and so they bring me life, and a Sabbath day is designed to bring you life. And my body will be stronger if I actually use it on the Sabbath day. You have to ask yourself the question, what is restorative? Is it exercise? Is it naps? Is it rest? What do you need to be restored and rest? For me, there are certain things I have to take a break from. For example, on Fridays, my Sabbath day, I do no email and I try to avoid computers. Because that's just a huge part of my life during the week is email and computers. So I fast from those things and instead try and focus on family and exercise and recreation and other things like that. If you're somebody who's a dentist, you should be resting from dentistry. If you're a student, rest from your studies. If you're an accountant, you rest from accounting. You figure out a way to put that Sabbath pattern in your life. It's not that you do nothing, it's that you rest from the work that is your provision during the week. Some people ask the question as a side note, well, what if you work on Sunday? Like that's your job, like you're a nurse or something, or you work in an industry that requires you to do that. Or what if you're a pastor and Sunday's like your biggest day of the week for work? Well, it's pretty simple. The Bible allows for you to simply do your Sabbath on a different day. I mentioned my Sabbath day is a Friday. I've done that for many years. Some people do Sabbath days like from midnight to midnight on a day. Some people follow the ancient Hebrew calendar and they do it from 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's not the magic of which day you do it on. It's the idea that you're spending a day in rest and following God's pattern. So that's the first principle for flourishing in the Sabbath. It's to rest on that day.